With the newly introduced Iraq map for DCS World, we mark another important region being represented in this ever-evolving digital combat simulator. In this video, we will talk about the quality, textures, air bases and towns, as well as overall performance and feel of this new map, released once again in early access, but as you will find out later in our video, it is a bit different from the previous early access released maps in DCS, and that is due to ED's different approach when dealing with quality transition from a certain altitude. So let's dive in on a journey from the north to the south of Iraq, on the ground and in the skies of this new map in DCS World. Iraq promises a lot. The region is rich in history and it has seen many conflicts throughout the years. From my own perspective, this region, as well as others, has a lot of sad history, and it's very hard for me to avoid thinking about the high numbers of civilian lives that have been lost in the real-world Iraq and surrounding countries. But I am reviewing a digital product, a representation of a region inside a simulation, a game or a flight sim. I often consider DCS World a portal to a different time, where you can experience the thrill of flight in real-world locations, but in a safe environment inside the virtual sim. As I said before, is the closest thing we have for time travel, but we will talk about it in a different video. Because we started to work on this review a few days after the release in early access of Iraq, we managed to gather a lot of information from users who purchased this map and from ED themselves. The overall opinion from people who got the map is a positive one, with many praising ED for their quality textures in the fleshed out regions, good performance, and holding on to quality even when high in the sky. I do agree with these assessments, though much more work is still needed in many places, as it is with early access. But early adopters, users who like to test and share their view on a working progress map, already have a good opinion on where Iraq is heading, and hope we will see this reflected in other maps as development continues. Iraq has a different feel, and the north side looks very good, with a smart use of trees, shrubs and bushes to give the high slopes a more crisp feel, rather than a loose texture with hard-to-see grass on top of it. In our showcase, we will try to keep the airports free of any extra objects to properly show what this map has to offer at this moment in time when it comes to taxi, takeoff and airbase operations. Oh, and we will take advantage of our new upgraded system running DCS in 4K at a steady 60 FPS. It makes our life way more easy here in the studio. And so, from what I've seen so far, some bases have more details than others. Some still need more love, with a better texture and handcrafting next to the taxiways. As for the general look, the map shines at different times of day. The amazing shots we've seen in the trailers are mostly from the northern side of Iraq. Here you will find major rivers and lakes all around this beautiful landscape, towns and villages, even air bases that are surrounded by impressive mountainous areas. It is a beautiful place to fly. The cities already have custom buildings with monuments and cultural places and a dense representation of many structures, running at a steady frame even when flying at low level. Thanks to the detailed models and textures being used, you are getting a highly immersive experience, and that's what we want from a map in DCS World. Also, like with other maps, landmarks are important as they tell the story of where you are. When in Baghdad, you will recognize many monuments, buildings and areas, and of course the Victory Arch or the Hands of Victory, the crossed swords monuments in central Baghdad. Within and next to the city we have 3 airports, all of them with a rich history serving the Republican Guard or the Royal Iraq Air Force. If you travel to the west of Baghdad, you will find the city of Fallujah, a city that needs no extra presentation here, as most of you know the history behind it. Its representation is accurate if compared to the real maps, and offers a highly detailed render of the city and its surroundings, great to reenact past events in this region. Over to the west of Fallujah, and next to a decent-sized lake, we got an airbase with a detailed riverbank, as most cities and villages are following the rivers coming from the north. As you travel south from the impressive mountains, you will find yourself in a desert area, flat and sandy, as eventually you will travel to the coast of Kuwait or even Qatar. But this will only be available in high detail once the south part of this region is getting developed. Now, of course, as the current developed region is the north side, traveling to the south you will discover that the coast is indeed there, be that only as a textured mesh, but nothing stops you to add a carrier group and cross over the south side from up in the air and start to do operations in the north. Or if you wonder about the far north coast to the Caspian Sea, outside of the map area, well, I don't know what to say, but there is water and there is a coast, and if you want, you can place a few vessels there, but that's up to you. Instead of building missions and populating the area with many flights, we took a few modules and the official instant action flights that come available with the map and started to test them. So you get to see the experience you can have at this stage in development. From free flights and simple operations, the view is outstanding from within the cockpit, and the map performs really well. The VR experience is also on par with the 2D one, especially using our pimax crystallight and when flying helicopters like the Chinook with the force feedback AB9 base from Moza, as now we can take advantage of the recently implemented trim hat function, and I can now keep the chopper steady while skidding over the ground at high speed. Now, from everything I experienced with the Iraq map in the last weeks, do I recommend it in its current state? Well, I can say, from what I already know, that this map feels perfect for those of you who want to take immediate action and experience northern Iraq, either in a single-player environment, recreating past events, or with your friends in multiplayer, operating over Baghdad or the north side mountain valleys. It's a map that goes perfect with both fixed-wing modules and helicopters. But for those of you who only engage in a casual multiplayer environment in maps that are already quite fully fleshed out like the Syria map, I would advise caution. Maybe check with the server providers if they have missions for this map as of now. Second to this, the pricing will definitely weigh in your decision if it's right or not for you. Why I say that? The price of this map right now in early access is at $56. This price is for the full map, something that will change once it's released, where you will need to spend $70 out of your pocket, be that later in the future, in a few months, if not more than that, when the map is fully done. The released $70 version is best recommended for those of you not happy with the early access quality and don't want to tag along with the development process bugs, weird artifacts, all kind of elements that are and will be present within an early access experience. And if that pricing sounds too steep for a map in DCS World, you can always wait for a future sale for the map where you will be able to cut the price even in half if you wait patient enough. Or who knows, maybe you will win it in a future giveaway here at How I Play. You see, getting yourself in the early access of a map within DCS World opens up the map with a 20% discount for this one in particular, and once you get access, you will be able to share your opinion, thoughts, and shape up the development of this product for later. Of course, if you paid attention, this map also offers the regional purchase like the Afghanistan map has already, where you can get either the North region or the South. Currently, only the North side is available for $40, and keep in mind, it may take a while until we see the South region. But all in all, this is the short info about the pricing of this early access product. Most of my crew have already purchased this map when it was available with a higher discount during the pre-order phase. Personally, I would have waited a bit longer in development, after a few reviews like ours here, before purchasing the map. But Edie was kind enough to give us access for this review as a gesture of support to our channel, and I am very grateful for that. Now, as the development continues, we will provide ample information on everything there is to know about this map. If you want to know more about the purchase model, we have a video from back when the Afghanistan map was showcased. It will explain better all the details of owning a region and how it acts in a multiplayer environment. And so, indeed, all it's left is for us to keep track on the news. 2025 is here to stay, and How I Play is ready to grow and continue to provide quality content for flight sim passionate people just like you. I thank you all for watching our video until the end, grateful for all the support we got from the entire community. Special thanks to our Patreons, get ready as we have new content on our HIP Dynamic server, and for everyone else, make sure to check out all of our discounts we have for you and support the channel in the process. Thank you all for watching. I am Andre Celesti, reminding you to fly safe, and I'll see you next time.